You're fresh out of college and you're happy you have finished what you think is your last 4 years of college. And now you think your only worry is that you have to find a career for what you got an education for. But you're wrong. You have thousands upon thousands of dollars of debt you owe to the school and financial aid provider that you borrowed from. For the past half year or so, I have personally received letters like these from different colleges and universities around the state and some from different parts of the country as well. Most of them talk about the college and why the student it is sent to should attend. Sometimes though, they have prices on them, and these prices try to apply a sense of welcoming, saying the price compares lower than other colleges. Even though the price is lower, the cost is still tumultuous to handle. As I found out in my audience analysis, all of you are planning to attend college after you graduate from high school. The problem of rising tuition is something you will all face when choosing a college to attend. Today I will share with you some reasons why the college tuition may be rising, why the price of college needs to be lowered, and what might be some tactics you use as a college student to lower the price. If college tuition prices are not lowered, students will continue to fall deeper into debt. Every year, colleges come out with their new prices for the coming school year. Most of the time, students and parents are very shocked at the high price. The U.S. Department of Education is an agency regulated by the U.S. government which studies schools and different levels of education in the country. In an article published on their website, they write, "Today, 3/4 of the fastest growing occupations require education training beyond a high school diploma. Yet nearly half of the students who begin college in this country don't finish within 6 years, and tuition continues to rise, putting college out of reach for the very families that need it the most to join the middle class." They go on to say that college graduates with a bachelor's degree typically earn 66% more than those with a high school diploma, and are far less likely to face unemployment. This creates a severe problem each year in our country. More and more students around the country continue to struggle to pay for college education when they need it the most to enter the workforce. When we don't have enough qualified candidates, we get to a point where we sort of are now in the country when we don't have enough workers to fill the workplaces. In the article Making College Affordable by Improving Aid Policy, Bridget Terry Long says, "Without any financial aid, the total cost amounts to 30% of the annual median family income." She then says, although there are many barriers to college access and success, a major impediment is cost. As the Commission on the Future of Higher Education concluded, there is no issue that worries the American public more about higher education than the soaring costs of attending college. There's no doubt that soaring costs scare the public. Students look at the price they'll pay each year and become overwhelmed. This can steer some kids away from the college path and instead take a different path in life. The problem of rising tuition costs continues to hurt the up-and-coming generation of students, but also continues to benefit the colleges themselves at the same time. When students face rising costs, they are overwhelmed and become stuck under all the student debt that they face. Today, many students pay off their student loans until they're into their 40s and 50s at least. The public tax dollars going towards the education system need to be used effectively to lower the price. Alan Greenblatt writes in Issues in Higher Education, "The purpose of public education and of public dollars going into education isn't to humor people. It is to ensure that people who need to hire people do actually have the work necessary and skills necessary." He then says, "The rising costs in turn has propelled the student debt to a record $1.5 trillion in the country, more than twice what consumers owe on credit cards." This shows why the public education system needs to use the dollars they are receiving from taxation and use it more efficiently to lower the price of college for students. Students should have the right to a cheap education because they need the education later on in life and to succeed to get a job. Nadia Yancey Bragg wrote in her article about her interview with an up-and-coming college student. As a result of skyrocketing rising college tuition, student loan debt has reached an all-time high of $1.5 trillion. She continues, "At private universities, families have to shell out $33,480 for 1 year of tuition on average. In-state option is cheaper, though still a major investment at $9,650. While students plan to attend college after high school, once they plan for the high tuition, they need to find a way to pay for it. Most kids now automatically hear about free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, through their school or somewhere else like their parents. Carnegie Communications, in their article, How to Make College Worth the Cost, say, this starts with filing the FAFSA, which dictates most of your need-based aid, whether it's in the form of grants from your school or the government, your work-study programs, or subsidized student loans. It's free. You have nothing to lose by trying. The FAFSA is an easy way to have the government help you find ways to obtain financial aid. The program bases how much they give to different students based on family income, where they live, and other need-based factors. Students should always consider applying for the FAFSA before graduating high school. Carnegie Communications also wrote, you may think that you and your family are just shelling out for your academic credits, your professor's salaries, and your meal plan. But this is not the case. Built into that tuition bill are infrastructure costs and other monies that keep campus resources going. Using all the campus resources ensure that you get the most from your high expense education. Not only is college hard for students who do not have the money, but they also are the ones who are not getting as much financial aid based on grades. Shefali Mehta and others from the Minnesota Office of Higher Education write in their article, Factors Related to Undergraduate Borrowing in Minnesota. The students' performance in their coursework reflected by their GPAs demonstrated a strong relationship with the decision to borrow. While it is clear that the GPA was associated with the decision to borrow, the direction of this relationship is unclear. This means that not only the kids with more money to shell out towards tuition are fine, kids also with higher GPAs are the ones getting first dibs on the financial aid, making college attendance possible. Now you know why college tuition needs to be lowered and some other alternatives given to students to help raise the burden of the high price. As all the students prepare to attend college in the near future, we have to think about the possible effects of rising tuition and how you will end up paying for it. Will you use the aid at your disposal, or will you advocate for the lowering of the tuition as well? Thank you for listening to my speech.